When the Grant family came to buy the Glenfarclas farm, whiskey making was emerging from the mists and myths of the past. You needed to have a government license to practice the art. From harvest to sowing, the work of the farm was given over to the whiskey. The Grants fell happily into the practice. The records suggest the forefathers were quiet, careful men with an eye for the weather and the purse strings. They didn't change the whiskey making. You don't improve on single malt whiskey, you cherish it. From the long list of Grants associated with Glenfarclas, you could be forgiven for thinking it was a one-family business. But there is, and was, more than one family involved. Sons, daughters, and grandsons of folk who worked here in the old days still find employment at Glenfarclas. Of course, not everyone grew to such eminence as the present managing director's grandfather, who found himself summoned to Balmoral to shoot with King George V. For even the highest in the land were keen to ensure their supplies of the world's finest malt. By the side of Ben Rinnis rises a little spring of pure, soft, cold, crystal clear water. Melted snow filtered through heather and peat and carried on the granite below. Snow rather than rain is best, the locals say. Snow melts slowly, and so the water formed seeps gently through the landscape and takes its imprint from it, making water so good that the locals have it on tap at home. This is one of the essential ingredients for Glenfarclas. The water, its purity and liveliness, is a bonus, but the Grants will tell you that it is the still that makes the whiskey great. For the true business of making a good malt whiskey that will become a great one has its start here in the still. Bespoke craftsmanship, the still maker's art, maintaining the traditions of Glenfarclas, uniquely right for the job of making this very special malt. A good still, and these are as big and as fine as any you will see in the malt whiskey trade, allows you to tap the lightest and best fractions of the spirit content of the wash, the immature whiskey, and no others. This is the great discipline, not being too greedy and choosing the right fractions to tap off, taking only that small percentage of the available spirit that has the potential to become great, and leaving the rest. You might say that it's the whiskey they don't use that makes Glenfarclas great, the distiller's art caught in that final selection.